Hello, my wonderful people. How are you guys? How are you? How are you? How are you doing? Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. You are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. God bless every one of you. God bless every one of you. Yes, yes, yes. God bless you all. You are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. Okay, let me check on the chat. You know, okay. Thank you, my wonderful people. I'm just checking on all the whole thing to see how we're doing and how everything is going. And I think we're good. Okay. Okay. So I think let me see if I can see any, if I can. Well, let me see if I will see. Okay. All right. Yes. So I can see the message and I think I can respond to the message. So there is something going on that is that is very, very concerned and is very, very, very dangerous. That one of the reasons that the case or the issues of Biafra agitations and things like that is the way it is because if you look at the social medias or the news medias in Africa or in Nigeria, for instance, is all owned by the Westerners, then championed by the Northerners. So even the few that are in the East, like I think BBC was stuff like that. So that one is not even helping matters. So it's like we're in dark, but it doesn't supposed to be as such in the world where we are in. This is the time of social media. This is the time of YouTube, Facebook, so many things you can use to communicate and also to let the information get out there. So I started YouTube some months ago and I found out that majority of the people on YouTube are the Westerners and also some Bini people and stuff like that. So I see some of our Easterners, but I don't see a lot of them. And that is why it's like things are not, happening the way it's happening. So when things are happening in the East, it's like every mouth is mute. Nobody is escalating the information. It doesn't supposed to be like that. So before we go into what we have today, I am here to appeal to our young men and women instead of us to be spending our time on the social media without getting anything back in return. I will urge you to open up a YouTube channel and start broadcasting, rebroadcasting the ones that other people have already done. So many people that are into these our Biafra agitations, Nnamdi Kanu messages and stuff like that, Simon Ekpa, Joseph Okechukwu, and so many of them, they are creating, not only that they are creating awareness for the Biafra actualization, but they're also creating another stream of income for themselves. Yes, they're also creating another stream of income. By the time you reach to, even on Facebook, I now found out that you can as well get monetized if you create a Facebook page, not a regular page. Like you create a Facebook page, like we create a Facebook, YouTube page that we work to reach. I don't know the expectation. I don't know their reach, and I don't know, I can't say much about Facebook. I make use of Facebook for personal uses. So, but I will look into to know more about Facebook group, how you can create a Facebook group, and how you can get monetized on Facebook as well. So, one of the message I'm here to tell my people and to tell every one of you is this: we need to get ourselves engaged. Those days are gone. So that is why a lot of things that are happening in the eastern part of the country is just like falling on the deaf ear, because there is no much people. Nobody can tell your story outside you. If you allow another person to tell your story, that person can give whatever they want to give, and that is not fair. So I'm urging our youth, if they can do it, you can do it. You need to find a way. Do you understand? You need to find a way to create an avenue where you can be voicing yourself, where you can be sharing the videos and things that are going on. That is why what we are going to talk today is what the Northerners are plotting and what they have already done before. This is like they are about to recap or repeat the evil that their great grandfathers have already done, that is keeping that country called Nigeria where it is today. We need to raise our voice. This is the generation that Bible is talking about, the generation of knowledge explosion, the generation that I can stay wherever I am and I can communicate to anybody anywhere as long as I have a link between me and that person. Years ago, it wasn't like that. Do you understand? So this is the period that God called the knowledge, the age of knowledge expression. This is that age. This is that moment when people can do impossible. When people are going to the sun, we're going to the moon, doing all kinds of things. And if you come to our people, when they say the other day I was watching an analytic video of somebody that Nigeria is the highest users of internet. So if Nigeria is the highest users of internet, why is the story that are going on in the eastern part of the country being held by non-Easterners majority? It doesn't supposed to be like that. That's why I'm urging you. That's why I'm urging you. You don't have to do much. You can, just repost other people's videos, those that are not copyright, if it is anything concerning Facebook. Or when you upload it, you check on it to see if it is a copyright. You can as well, private it or cut off the place that is that. So, but my message to all of us here is that I want our people to get involved in the social media. Do you know why that the Northerners are going secret meeting, like they mortgage the entire nation in the hand of the Britain or whatever they did? That is the same way they have been doing it. And if we did not rise up in this, our generation, it's going to be worse. I am telling you, it is going to be worse. So today we are going to talk about this, social media suppression and how they planned it. It's not something that happened today, because I recorded after dead or alive Buhari came into the Aso Rock, which had been his earnest dream that he wanted. When Mark Zuckerberg came to Nigeria, that he asked him. This is the same social media that he used to do what? To push his negative narrative. Everything is on the internet today. That he wanted, if he didn't win the next election, that the street is going to run with blood. Even when the power was given to him, the street is also still running with blood. So my people, you see why you need to get involved. You see why you shouldn't allow another person to tell your story. Okay? You shouldn't let that happen. We shouldn't allow other people. I'm so happy that they are doing it, but I want our people also to get involved. Instead of you to come to the social media and spend a lot of times on social media without, building or without yielding a positive fruit in the life of anybody. I want you to change that narrative. If you don't want to be on Facebook, you can. If you don't want to be on YouTube, you can create it on Facebook. You can create a group on Facebook where you can share your story, where you can tell things that are happening around you. That is what I'm urging you guys. So today, like I said, that the Northern governors and their emirs have already circled, like they always, there are people, they are just occultic people. So it's always one secret occultic meeting or the other, how to kill, how to waste the soul, and how to shed innocent blood. So they have already converged, like always. So their meeting now is to embark on evil. Their evil is to stop the use of social media. Glory to God. You see, this is the power that be. Tell me, you know, in their own mind, irrespective of all the things that are going on in that contraction called Nigeria, the only thing they are worried about is the social media. Can you tell me, can you tell yourself the truth and why they are doing that? Because the only reason they are doing that is because social media is the only format, is the only apparatus, is the only thing that common man have to expose the evil in the mind of these people or what they are acting out. Divine, you guys need to lower that thing now. Or in short, go to your room. Take your brother up to your room. Okay? Okay? I said take your brother to your room. So that is the thing. So Buhari asked Zuckerberg, how can I stop Nigerians from making use of internet? Do you see that? How can I stop them from making use of internet? So Mark Zuckerberg was like, this is the World Wide Web. I cannot stop them from using Facebook. And now they are fighting. You know why it may be possible? So then tell me that it's not going to be possible. The reason it may be possible is because if you look at the things that are going on Facebook, if you're a Christian and you are standing in the truth, Facebook will be suppressing your messages. Everything you post that is not lining with their evil plot, Facebook will suppress it down. So don't tell me it's not going to be possible. There is every tendency that it can be possible, that they can make this happen. So you guys need to rise up. You guys don't need to fold your arms. So many people are eating through internet. So many people are making millions of money on YouTube, at least the one I know, on YouTube on monthly basis. Do you understand? So, but these people, they are planning to suppress it, even when there is no job in the country. So it's not only that you are passing the message out there, but at the same time, not only that you are passing the message out there, but at the same time, you are doing what? You are spreading the evil that are going on in them. And they don't want you to do that. So the question is, how long are you guys going to keep quiet and allow these people to continue on their impunity and their evil? That's why I say you need to stand up. You need to fight. You need to get up, and you need to get up now. Do you understand? Apart from that, all the information, I can get what is happening in any corners of Nigeria if I enter inside the social media. But apart from that, so many people are eating through Facebook, through YouTube, through other means of social media. So if they get through with what they are planning to do, what will be the fate of the masses? What will be the fate of those people who have invested their time and their resources to create those channels, and they have already built them up? Because most of the time, you guys don't even know the extent, the effect of action is going to take until it happens. Like when people are warning, I am one of the people that was warning. I don't have a platform like this, warning you people the voting of Buhari, what is going to give birth into Nigeria. Because if you're a child of God, and God, you are the one that if you can hear from God in the realms of the spirit, the Bible said that God cannot do anything without revealing it to his people. The revelation of what Buhari is stand for, or what he stood for, have been made known to you guys from day one. But it's like everybody was clouded with their witchcraft and everything. Everybody kept mute, and everybody is paying the price today. The people that has money that voted for him, so many of them have already, run away from the country. But the poor masses are stuck that place, getting killed, getting stabbed, getting all kinds of diseases, and nothing is happening. You know why? Because people like you, who have the resources but believe that it doesn't concern you until it concerns you. Please, I'm urging you, my brothers and sisters, we can do this. Thank God that Buhari was able to ascend into the throne of rulership in Nigeria in a time like this. What if it happens during the primitive time? It can only be through newspaper. And you see that they're also suppressing newspaper, they are suppressing TV, they can't even anything. It's not only them, that is globally. The globalists are suppressing the truth. They don't want the truth anymore. So the only way that people can still get to the truth is through all these our podcasts, for you forming a little place in your own corner where you can share the truth of what happened. Because even when they interviewed you, they will still do what? They will still put out what they want the world to know. They will still hide the main truth. I learned something yesterday, the last interview that they conducted on Donald J. Trump. So while they are busy recording Trump, Trump was also busy recording the affair because they are good in lying. Remember in the Bible when God was about to deceive Ahab to go into war, so he said that, what am I going to do? He said, okay, I'm going to enter inside the prophet as a lying spirit to persuade him to go. And God was, okay, how are you going to do that? He said, no, I'm going to let him hear what he wanted to hear. And that was what led Ahab, and Ahab went to war, and Ahab was killed. So the same thing is happening today. The same thing is happening today. Do you understand? So they don't want the truth anymore. So the only way you can expose them and their evil is for you also to have a recording device wherever you are at any point in time. Let me tell you, the amalgamation was signed by the Northern oligarchy. The same way they converge now and come to a conclusion that it is time for them to stop their children. Look at the way that these people's mind function. So all the elites in that country, they thought that they can sleep and wake up with their kettle in their hand and, come to a conclusion that it is time for us to tell you how you're going to use it. Like if to say they are the one giving you the money to buy the data, or they are the one giving you money to buy phone or something like that. What do they provide for you that give them that kind of room for them to tell you how to use it, when to use it, stuff like that? That is to tell, the Bible said that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That is to tell you the level of wickedness in their heart. Look at a lot of things confronting people. Look at a lot of things confronting that nation. What they are worried about is the means that their evil are being exposed on a daily basis. Those that we are able to capture. What about those that are not able to capture? So my people, I'm urging you guys, I'm pleading with you. Even if you don't want to come to YouTube, but if it is possible, I would say you can still have YouTube, you can still have Facebook. Create an avenue. Start growing it. It is a process. Before you know what is going on, you're going to, add another stream of income to yourself. Not only that, you'll be, giving out information. That information can be giving something back to you at an appointed time. It may not be right now because, like I said, everything is a process. It may not be now, but it's gonna happen. It is going to happen. So I am pleading with you guys. So today we're going to talk about how the Northerners signed what they called even when they went to Abuli, which I believe and I trusted so much that as Nnamdi Kanu have announced that they have the record now. Do you understand of what went down on Abuli? So the same thing that they did, they convinced themselves these are the most primitive people. If Fulani have turn off that light. Divine, turn off that light. If Fulani are so educated and so well balanced when it comes to turn the light on. If they are so like that, why is Nigeria so backward as it is? Because they have no plan, they have nothing. But this is the situation they have been putting you guys. And unfortunately, like Desmond Elliott, who is a disappointment to the youth. Do you understand? So that is to tell you that it's not that I'm not against youth getting into power, but at the same time, who is going to defend you tomorrow? Okay, the same thing happens during if an election is coming up as an individual. The first question you should ask yourself is, this person now that is asking me to vote for him or her, is this person going to defend me? Is he going to defend my faith? Is he going to fight for me? These are the basic questions you should ask before you cast your vote. So Desmond Elliott used social media to escalate, and the youth embrace it because the youth are the most people on the internet. And now that the social media have benefited him. He's now pushing to end the same thing that gave him what he's enjoying today. Do you see the wickedness in the heart of man? But unfortunately for him, he aborted his future so quick. Because no matter godfatherism, he's going to find it very difficult. So please, what I'm here for us to talk about is how you guys should strategize and to make sure that this thing did not go. Because look at it now, their oligarchy is that they don't care about your opinion. They don't care about what you are thinking or what you are saying. They just want to tell you what they want. That is supremacy. That is when you talk about that someone is of supremacy. Supremacy is that they enforce you into what they want you to do. You don't have option. Do you understand? A communist socialist system of government is where everything is in the hand of the government, even though they claim to practice democracy. So that is what we're looking into today. And I would like everybody to, if you have the privilege to drop your own opinion, whatever you want, or however you feel about it. So because it is not fair. It is not fair. Look at the killings that are going on in Obigbo. Nobody is talking about that. These are our young men. These are our tomorrow, our future, our leaders of tomorrow from the age of, there is no age. Before they say that it's from the age of 14. But I saw even a new boy, like little kids are being slaughtered in the streets of Port Harcourt. And nobody is talking about it. What they are busy talking about is how to regulate social media. How they can muzzle everything like that. They thought social media is going to be like the oil wells in the eastern part of the country. It's going to be like every other security, every other position that they hijacked. That is what they convince themselves that it's going to be. You need to know the heart of the people that you're working with. You need to know their heart. The heart of these people are so dark, are so wicked, and so evil. And this is what they are unleashing on the masses. They just want you to be as backward as they are. That is what they want you to be. Is that what you want to be? I don't know. But I'm asking you. You need to stand up. You need to put your voice. You need to say something about this impunity. It is getting out of hand. Look at all the killings that are going on in Obigbo. Look at all the killings that are going on in the streets of Nigeria. Look at the youth walking aimlessly in the street like people without hope. Not because they are not educated, not because they don't know what to do, but because there is no availability, there is nothing for them to do. The few companies that was there during the time of Jonathan, all of them have already run away, because you have to have a conducive environment for you to be able to govern well. Look at the same thing is happening in the United States. Look at New York. Look at California. Because of their bad regulations. That is what happened when the leaders turn into bad leaders. They only care about, themselves. Because at the end of the day, they are getting paid. So they don't care what happened to the poor masses. All the companies in New York and the California, they're all running away. They're all running away. Why? Because of bad regulation. That is what killed Nigeria today. And that is what is killing Nigeria right now. So my brothers and sisters, we need to fight against this evil. This is evil from the pit of hell. This is evil from the demonic entity. This is evil that doesn't supposed to be. We need to use our voice. Our Biafran brothers and sisters are dying. Christians are dying every day. They are saying nothing. All they're after is the oil in the east. All they are after is anywhere anything can come from. That is all they are interested on. Okay, now they turn around. They say that they are training their SWAT team. Who are those SWAT teams? I want you guys to learn how to start asking questions. Because when you don't ask questions, you make mistake. When my mother was alive, my mother always say, if I say something, if you didn't get me, ask me again. Don't assume. It is time for Nigerian youth and Nigerian generation to stand up and start asking questions about their future. You guys have made the worst mistake of their life by installing this oligarchy that have just, marginalized and flanized everything now. When people were saying it some years back, everybody was like that because, people believe the lies instead of the truth. Everybody was like, no, Nigeria is too big to flanize, to Islamize. You forget to look at the Middle East. You forget to look at what is happening in the Middle East today. Most of the Middle Eastern nations you see today that have been leveled or are going through what they are going through today, all of them are the streets and the places that Jesus Christ walked during his earthly ministry. You don't understand the mindset of these people. You don't understand them. If you want to know them, I want you to pay closer attention to the Israelites. I want you to ask questions, make research on CIAs. They will tell you that these people can endure till the end. They don't care what you do to them. They are going to endure as long as they are going to get what they are looking for. I'm telling you, they don't care. Excuse me. You understand? So they can endure anything. They can hide their agenda, their plot. They are just waiting. Let me tell you guys, apart from the social media they are trying to muzzle now, that is why I was weeping when I see the way that my fellow Biafrans in this country are clamoring for democratic votes. I was like, no wonder Bible say that the children of dark are wiser than the children of light. I was like, these people, so many people don't even understand the handwritten on the wall. This is not about Democrat or Republican. This is about evil and good. This is about wrong to right. That is what this whole thing is all about. It's not about who the person is. It is about the security of your people. So many of them don't understand the magnitude of what is going on in Biafra land or the oppression that our people are going through. You know why? They get up in the morning, they go to their work, they go to their whatever it is they are doing, they come back, they are not, their children, wherever their children are, nothing is happening to them. They are okay. But many people in Nigeria today, they sleep with one eye because you don't know the day that the enemy will hit you. So I was like, does it mean that all these, my brothers and sisters, they are seeing all those things, but it means nothing to them? Because that is the only thing I can think about. Is why. Why? When I saw the corpses of my fellow Biafrans that was wasted in the streets of Obigbo, I wept. I wept unconsolable. I was like, God, why? You know why I felt the pain so much is that their ally, someone you thought that is your ally, happened to be the one that is perpetrating the evil. Nelson Wike, everybody thought that Nelson Wike is a different man, not knowing that Nelson Wike is even more dangerous than the rest. I saw all these men. They just wasted them. These are the ones we're able to see. Because from the starting point, they are taking, when they kill them, they will take their corpses. When they kill them, they will take their corpses. I look at them. I look at my two sons. I was like, it could be any of them. Because until you start asking yourself some hard questions on the factual issues, instead of allowing your emotions and your feelings to take precedence in your life, you're not gonna get to the truth. You always be behaving like a robot until you begin to ask yourself, what if any of this person happens to be my brother or my husband or my own son, until you begin to have such kind of mentality, I'm telling you, it's going to be like, oh, don't worry. Like I said, many people few years ago will not believe that Nigeria is in the critical situation where they are today. That only Fulani who have no plan for anything, no plan. They're just hoarding money. They don't even know what to do with the money. They still use the Easterners to build and to do the development they're doing in their northern south, just to give them the post. Yeah, they are still using them. If anybody tells you that that will be the state of that very nation today, you won't believe it. That is how it's going to be to so many people who are still sleeping, convincing themselves that, after all, I'm not in that country. How many of your families are in a foreign land with you? I'm just one out of my mother's children. So that makes it, I feel like it's just like a pinch of me. It's just a pinch of me. So until we begin to question things based on the factual situations, until we begin to ask questions and dig deeper and make research over situation instead of all reacting at the moment and allowing the moment to determine what tomorrow holds for us. So I don't know how our issues are going to be resolved, because until you know what your problem is, until you do know what your problem is, you need to take it and leave now. Until you know what your problem is, Amel, you need to take that and leave now. Until you know what your problem is, until you know what your sickness is, you are not going to. Oh yeah, go to your room. You are not going to do what? You're not going to be able to take care of it. So please, my brothers and sisters, do not fold your hands and say that I am in a foreign land. Everywhere is getting locked in every minute of the day. Don't think it's not coming near you. Don't think so. Some years ago, internet was in the hand of the Americans because everything started here. But before Obama left office, Obama handed it to the United Nations. So that is to tell you that the tanks that they are rolling down to the eastern part of the country, they are not rolling it down there for anything. Before this whole EndSARS movement started, there was a video voice message of Obama. He said that keeping Nigeria one is a must task that have to be done. You ask yourself why? All the killings that are going on in that country, he's not interested in you dying. He's not interested in how many people dying. He's only interested in keeping the country. Why? One, have you ever asked yourself why? Have you ever asked yourself why? Why are you always going to be a willing tool to be used by the enemy against your own people? And inside you, you call yourself an intellectual. And inside you, you call yourself uneducated. Is that how educated people behave? Because in me, I don't think so. That is why when I look at them, the way they grammar for them, the way, they chant, I will be like, God, what have happened to my people? The only thing I come to a conclusion is this. We call ourselves Christians. But so many of us don't open their Bible. They don't read their Bible. They don't understand the time, the season, the hour, and everything that are going on now. They don't understand it. And for that reason, they are behaving like animals. You know what the Fulani calls you? Another stupid Christian. Because for them to get to you, look at, before they say, that is something, all these things have been in place. Desmond Elliot is just for Lagos State House of Assembly. He's not even yet in Abuja, but they used him. They used him as one of the Eastern apparatus. They used him as an instigator over this whole thing. If you ask them tomorrow, they will say, your brother started it. That is how their mind works. That is how they use you guys over and over again. You don't even know when you are being pushed to be used as an instrument to destroy your own people. The killings that are going on in the eastern part of the country is like Desmond Elliot. Doesn't concern him. He doesn't care. It's none of his business. As long as he get paid every month, and all the godfatherism things that are coming towards him. See, they used him, they pushed the narrative, and he dumped it on the masses. They are busy now arranging how everything is going to work out because they just used him. He's the one getting the bashing, while they are the one executing the plan. Are you going to be the next instrument in the hand of the enemy to use them against your own people? Devil cannot have access to you unless you allow that to happen. Do you understand? Look at during the time of gay things have been going on for years in the government, in all sectors, in everything, until a half black, half whatever became president of the United States. Boom! They used him to push it. Why are we black people always instrument in the wrong thing? Why? Because another thing I'm going to talk about here today is people that are angry and mad at Donald Trump about our sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Do you understand? These are the things that are going on. They know what they are doing because they know that we black people, we act before we think. Yes, we act before we think. It doesn't supposed to be like that. We're supposed to think through, meditate, then before we can react over a situation, instead of us reacting based on the moment. We should sleep over issues, think about it, give it a thought, deliberate on it, before we start reacting. But we don't do that. And they know that about us. And that is why they always push us to use us as their willing tools to further whatever they want to further. Another thing for you to know that they will always look for a willing tools, just like Desmond. Look at COVID-19. COVID-19 happens. Africa wasn't ready for COVID-19. COVID-19 wasn't, if it is anything like, if there is anything like COVID-19, not like flu that kill people every year and stuff like that. If there is anything like COVID-19, African people wasn't ready. But do you see that the Ethiopian man who happened to be the leader or the chairman of World Health Organization shut down African countries, even when they are not ready to do that? Many people died of hunger. Who is in charge? Your brother. Do you see how we have been an instrument in the hand of our enemies to destroy us over and over again? And all we can do is complain, yell, shout, and after that, we just go and that's it. Another one, we do the same thing again. We never challenge the situation. We never rise up and say enough is enough. And that is why today's broadcast, I am urging you, I am pleading with you, I am saying, please, do the best you can. Don't keep quiet. Don't say it doesn't concern you. When on my what is it called? On my WhatsApp group, on my WhatsApp. So, I always like to know the status of those that are back home, because I know that I was once there. I know what it's like surviving there. It's a hard environment, even though that God blessed that nation with all goodies. But the kind of backward people that are in charge of the affairs of the nation is making life unbearable. So I normally share some, information, because when there are things you see, even if you are a stone, you'll be forced to start praying. It leads you to pray. It leads you to, have a second thought of your actions. So I sent it to this lady. He was like, it's not even a lady, one other guy too. They're all from eastern part of the country. They want me and say, please stop sending this thing to me. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Do you understand? Because I believe that a lot of things take our mind away from the predicaments or the things that people are going through until we remind them, say, this is what is happening. And that is what news media are doing. But instead of them to be news media, be journalists that try to say things the way it is, they are now in the hand of the politicians and they are using them to even do more harm than good. So why I thought this kind of a thing is that I want you guys to understand the danger of lies. And telling yourself lies is the worst thing. Even if in your life, even if for no reason, even if for nothing else, at least endeavor to tell yourself the truth. Endeavor to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, this is the truth now. It's of no use going round in circles. This is the truth. The truth is that our own people will always be used as a catalyst against us, as a destruction against us. I've already named you too. So when you come to the what is going on with the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the social medias and everything, Chinese people are, in short, they're almost buying. Hello, wonderful sis. How are you? You're back. You're back. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. How is classes? Thank you. Thank you. How is my baby? How is my baby? Thank you for coming. Mega shout out to you. So today, just deliberating on the issues of the northern governors and their emirs that converged and held a meeting that they are going to regulate social media, which started from their evil master Buhari even before he died. He asked Mark Zuckerberg on how to stop the Nigerian people from using what is called Facebook. You know that Chinese people don't use Facebook. You have to know how to maneuver the internet for you to be able to log into Facebook, because when one of our brother who used to lived in China was in China, so if I'm chatting with him, he always tell me that that Chinese people don't use Facebook. They have something that look like Facebook of their own. So, but unfortunately, Buhari could not create an alternative for the Nigerian people. So Mark Zuckerberg, maybe then he still has some sense of a human inside him. He told Buhari that that is not possible, that Facebook is a world wide web, that is not something, even though he owns it, but it's not in his pocket. So we're just saying it to open the eyes of so many people that always live their life to say that it doesn't concern them. Yeah, it doesn't concern them, that what you are talking about is none of their business, as long as they believe and they convince themselves they are comfortable where they are. You're not comfortable, because when the head is sick, the whole body is sick. When the feet is sick, the whole body is sick. That's why you shouldn't allow yourself to be a willing tool at any time. Okay, look at what happened. So they're already deliberating. In short, they already settled this whole thing, but they just used Desmond Elliot as an instrument to push it. That is the thing. So that is the thing. So they just use Desmond Elliot to say that it is time that social media have become a disease, but social media was what put him where he is today. Do you understand? Social media is what put him where he is today. He used social media to during his campaign, and the youth, they jump into action. They campaign for him over and over again. Now he convinced himself that Godfatherism is what put him where he is. So many people have come with Godfatherism. The same Godfatherism was the one that brought the pastor, imam that failed. But until people rise up and say that this is not going to happen again. Yeah, that is his name now is Desmond Idiot. But Desmond is just a willing tool that was willing to be used. You know why? Because he is a youth and he's also from the eastern part of the country. So that because they believe that that is the weapon we have to expose them in their evil and things that they are doing to our people. The killing that are going on in Obibo, I'm able to see the killing, I'm able to witness the killing because of the social media. So they use somebody from the eastern part of the country to do what? To push this narrative to the air that they need to censor the use of social media. And within few days, the northern governors and the emirs, they converged and they had a meeting among themselves. And now they are calling the e-ways, the Obas and the all whatnot to come to the northern again, for them to come to them and to feed them their evil. Because if you go to Nnamdi Kanu for a week to 1 month, I am telling you, the spiritual blindness in you will just, God, you get deliverance. Because when they sleep with their cow and they feed you the same cow, which means they are sleeping with you spiritually. Do you understand the danger? People were able to demonstrate in the streets of Nigeria this year because so many of them was able to excuse themselves from their cow meat. That is why so many of them was able to excuse themselves from the cow meat. So that is the danger of being a willing tool in the hand of your enemy. That is why the Bible said that you need to be wise as serpent and innocent as dove. You need to know who your enemy are, and you need to know how to handle them. Now I'm telling you, you need to know how to handle them. Yes, they sleep with their animals, and in turn, they will sell it to you, and you eat it as meat. And what are you eating? They are sleeping with you spiritually. They are just messing you up in any way possible. That is the thing. That is their end goal. So as long as you're buying their cow meat and you're eating them and all whatnot, you are far from being delivered. Okay, the next two they are pushing now is Ngozo Konjiwara. Is our sister. I love him so much. I'm gonna make a video about this issue. China is out to buy the entire world with their satanic lies. I'm gonna tell you the lies. If you look at Chinese economy, look at American economy, look at Britain economy, look at Canadian economy, China is highest to compare all these people. But let me tell you, Chinese people, their position in the world today is third world country. So China and Nigeria and the Niger Republic and Cameroon and Ghana and all these our nations, they are in the same category. All of them are in the same category as a country. So I'm going to give you the breakdown. Excuse me. So, you see, so even though they are leading in everything, China, we are third world country. So third world country there is no regulation on the quantities of their domestic thing that they can ship to. First world country, no, there is no limitation. So if you're from a third world country and you are manufacturing things, you can ship your things to other nations because you are looking at a way to boost your economy. Okay? Which means for Chinese people to be as rich as they are and hiding behind third world country like Nigeria and other African countries and stuff like that. So they are just lying to the entire world. So if you take the GDP of what China sold to America last year, it is counting in billions. But I think the one that America did with them is between like 2 to 9. Their own is gazillion, because they can ship whatever they have to America, and America will not say no. But America cannot do the same thing back to them because they claim to be a third world country. Do you see the lies? So they are now pushing our sister, of which Trump happened to be the one that said that it is time for people from third world country to be in charge of world global world marketing something, the position that our sister is going for. These things have been in place even before he came to the picture. So when Trump looked at it as an economist, he's like, no, that they don't want anybody that China is already in the pocket of China. They don't want such a person. That for them to have interest on our sister is to use him, to use her to take over Nigeria. The rest that the Fulani have already sold them to. So when they get Fulani, get Ngozi, which is our sister. So in one way or the other, we can no longer say that it's all done by the Fulanis. Our sister is now part and parcel of it. And not only that, I've never seen her stand up or say something bad about the killings of the Easterners in all their positions. So that is what Trump is like. No, China is no longer going to be another person in the pocket of China again. The man from Ethiopia who is in charge of World Health Organization is in the pocket of Chinese people. And this one also in their pocket. China is going to sell the whole world. That is why Trump said no to the appointment of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So he's saving us from ourselves, because we don't even know how to fight for ourselves. We have no clue how to fight for ourselves. We have no clue how to make a research and see what is going on. I'm going to, let me see if I can get this thing. So let me see if I can see the information. Okay, so yes, so US refused to back Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Let me check, let me see where. Let me look the one from Yahoo. For the first time, Yahoo was able to say something something that sounds like
where are you guys? You didn't beat me yet. I'm still winning.
okay.
I don't need that much.
Okay, I couldn't find exactly the one I wanted to look. So the news says that so that is the reason that he was like, no, we're not going to hand over economy and health to people in the pocket of China. Now we are going to say no to some certain things. Are you gonna go to your room? I don't get your charger. Go and get your charger and take it and go to your room. Take and go to your room. If you're gonna go to your room, you take it. I don't want you to stay here again. Go and take it and go to your room. So that is why they said no. But even when someone is trying to save us from ourselves, we're always going to do what we do best. And that is what the enemy have already found out in us. So imagine how many things that Fulani have already sold to China, how much they have already borrowed, even the one they borrowed without that the contract was written in Chinese. They have no idea, but they just want the money. For what? The money they are borrowing, one of them have it in foreign banks, or even under their background, under their underground in their houses. One of them have it over there. So this is one of the reasons that America was like, no. The one that is heading World Health Organization is in the pocket of China, doing their biddings. That is why World Health Organization wasn't pushing hard on China on this COVID-19. So America is like, we're not going to allow you guys to use all these people against the masses. That is why America have to back out and say, no, they're not going to back. It's not because it's from Nigeria. It's not because it's a black woman. No, it is as a result of China claiming to be a third world country, but China is richer than any other countries in the whole world. So that is the reason that they back out on that. So our sister is another target they wanted to use to do what? To recolonize Africa and also to destroy other things. If they can manipulate all these people, I wish I can assure that she's not going to be manipulated tomorrow. But I cannot assure that. And being that I cannot assure that she's not going to be manipulated tomorrow, I don't know how to say no to the situation. You understand? So that is why I am urging everybody, don't think that it doesn't concern you. Don't say I don't care. Because if you didn't care today, you're going to care tomorrow. Be a voice. Be a voice. All these things they are doing, Chinese are like this with the Nigeria, Fulanis are like this with the Chinese people because they are the same autocratic people that rule by force. They only tell you what they want you to do. They don't need your opinion. So that is why out of all the nations of the whole world, China are their best friend because they have similarities when it comes to the regime in China now. You can tell to their leadership or their rulership. That is why they embrace them. That is why they so much love them. You don't know how many places have been sold to China in Nigeria. You don't even know if Nigeria they have used it to mortgage one of their loans. So this man is trying to save you from yourself. If you can understand the handle written on the wall, if you can read the book of Daniel, you see that when Belshazzar was drinking with the cup of God from the house of God in Jerusalem, there was a hand written on the wall that said, Mene, Mene, Tekel Upharsin, that your days have been numbered, your kingdom have been divided and given to the Medes and Persia. That is what this man, Donald Trump, is fighting for you guys. And everybody was bashing him without knowing the real reason that he's trying to save you from yourself out of your own ignorance. Do you understand? COVID-19, Africa was shut down even when they are not ready. They didn't care about whether they have food in their house. Imagine the food that foreign nations gave to them was also, was also denied them access to it. Some of them are using it to give as their birthday souvenir. That is the heartlessness in the heart of we, the Black people. I don't know why we are like this. We don't love ourselves. We don't care ourselves. So many children died. But those food are in those warehouses rotting and getting destroyed. And our so-called wicked leaders, they didn't care. They don't bloody care. White people care for you more than your own people care for you. Those food was bought, labeled, everything flew to those African countries, especially the God-forsaken Nigeria. And they kept them in warehouses. 600 by 600 is one of them. and people are dying of hunger, and you hardened your hearts. You tell me, which other Satan are we talking about, if not all those people? Which other devil are we talking about, if not them? So if you look at all those things, that's why I'm saying, do not be a willing tool. Do not be instrument in the hand of the enemy to be used to destroy your people, like Desmond Elliot, like the man in charge of World Health Organization, like the one they are trying to use our sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. But my prayer is that that woman doesn't deserve to be used by Chinese people. No, he doesn't deserve. He is supposed to get everything by merit. But for China to back you up, something. Yeah, China is not here. China is here. But for China to be able to front you, they have already weighed and balanced all the things they are going to get from you. Please, my people, let us stop doing feeling politics. Let us stop doing feeling reactions. Let us base everything we're doing by us doing our research and knowing who is telling us the truth. Do you understand? And knowing who is saving us. Do you understand? Let us stop it. Let us always do something based on the factual situations. That is why they always, whenever they want to destroy something, whenever they want to commit a big crime, they will look for we, the Black people, because they know that we act before we think. But my prayer is that it's not going to be so in our own time. That our people, that we're going to stand up and we're going to start making research about what is obtainable, what is going on. Let me see if I can see the Yahoo News. Okay. Okay, let me see now and see what I'm gonna read out here now. So you're gonna hear it say, okay, it's here now. So US tries to block Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who would be first African WTO head. So the appointment of Nigeria ex-finance minister to lead World Trade Organization had been thrown into doubt about after the US opposed the move on Wednesdays. A WTO nomination committee recommended the group 164 number appoint Ngozi Iweala. She will be the first woman and first Africa to lead the WTO. See? So look at it. Look at what they are doing. For gay and all these debacles that are going on, America, Obama happened to be the first half Black, half Latino, half whatever. You see? First. For the first time, World Health Organization to be held by a Black person. COVID-19 is rampaging and killing so many people in Africa. You see? So they always look for our own people to use them against us, so that if we rise up tomorrow to ask questions which we don't even ask, they will be like, yeah, it's your brother, it's your sister. So that is the same thing that America just look into the whole thing and see that they are about to use our sister, even though that she may not even know, they are about to use her again for their own gain. And at the end of the whole thing, nobody will be calling China. It will be her. They'll be calling her like everybody is calling the World Health Organization. Whenever you talk about gay now, the only person you're going to remember is Obama. Even though that he's not the the brain behind it, but they used him. So, like I said, I want our people to get into podcasts. You don't have to have a big TV, television stations and stuff like that. But I just want you guys to be able to bring out whatever that is happening in your own corner, wherever you are, so that people will hear it. We are able to hear what is happening in Obibo or what is happening around the world today because of some people who are sharing those videos, who are making it possible. If God gave us this time around as the moment or the year or the period of knowledge explosion, why can't we make use of it? Or most of the people that are announcing the killing that are going on in Obibo and stuff like that are people from Benin, people from the Yoruba side. These are the people doing it. Our Eastern people, they just fold their hands. They are not doing much. Please, I'm begging you guys, do something. You can do Facebook. Even if you don't want to use, like, I will look into it. I'm going to create a page. You understand? So we need to be a voice for the voiceless. We need to do something. All these tanks that you see or you saw rolling down to the eastern part of the country, they are waiting that, being that they already thought that the election had been bought and paid, but they don't know who this God is. This our God is an awesome God. When you see a man that walks with God, God is going to give you the wisdom to face your enemies. Even when they thought that already got you in their corner, God is going to give you the wisdom to overcome everything. Do you understand? God is going to give you the wisdom to overcome everything. Trump was hammering that for these people to be pushing for mailing, for voting email. I have been here for how many votes now? I never heard of that. But they look around, they see that they have no chance. They have to devise a means. And that means is for them to create what? For them to create a mailing. It's no longer absentee mailing. It's to mailing boxes, mailing this thing, where they are going to dispose their opponents and count their own candidates. Because they see that they have no chance. They tried impeachment, it didn't work. They tried Russia, it didn't work. They tried COVID-19, it didn't work. Now they take this same tactics. But like I said, when God is with you, he will give you the wisdom to fight back at your enemy. That is why you don't need to keep quiet when you're supposed to say something. Let me tell you, do not keep silent in the midst of evil. Do not say it doesn't concern you in the midst of evil. So when I was going through some of the Christian pages, I was, following throughout this whole election. So this man of God says something. He said that before all these things happened, that God, apart from that, Trump was saying it over and over again, that they are just, staging this as a means of stealing the votes. So he now said that the actual mailing votes, which I'm going to go check mine, because they also sent me one to give them mailing vote. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go make sure that I counted it in and I counted it to the right person that I wanted it to go to. So they put a watermark. That is the wisdom. That is the genius wisdom. They put a watermark on the actual ones that the government really prepare for the mail voters. So which means that it's going to be a very big debacle. But God allow all these things to happen so that God will expose the evil in the heart of man. When God wants to judge a nation, he gives them crazy people like what is going on today. That the election of the United States is worse than the election of Nigeria. I'm telling you, because of the heart of man. So back to what we're saying. When the Nigeria amalgamation was signed, this same way that so many people may be sleeping now. It's one of the reasons I say that I'm going to do this broadcast, whether people are here to listen to me right now or they are going to listen to it later on. The reason that during the time of amalgamation bill, this is the same way it was signed by the group of Fulanis and the Northerners and some goons in the middle belt. They went ahead and signed away the destinies of the entire nation. This is the same thing that you saw that is going on now. Desmond Elliott opened his dirty mouth, was it last week? And this week on the 2nd, the Northerner oligarchies, the governors and the emirs have already sat and they came to agreement. They are supporting the Buhari government to make sure there is nothing like to censor the use of social media. So are you telling me that all these things just started overnight and they are ruling it? So I want you to go and search the amalgamation bill. People that was present when it was signed. The same way these people is pushing this their narrative now was the same way it took place then. We don't need to fold our hands and be claiming that we are educated. I don't care about your grammar. So many people that are doing all their podcasts on YouTube and the places, they speak broken. You can speak broken. I'm not asking you to have a perfect English. I'm not asking you to give excuse. Oh, I don't have it. You have your phone. That phone you are using to come to internet, to come to Facebook, to come to all these social media. You can use it and say something. You see that when things are happening in the eastern part of Nigeria, the news in Nigeria would be mute. They don't talk about it. That is why you need to turn your phone into a machinery to push the information out there so that those that are not around there will be able to hear it and be able to repost it and repost it again, even though that Facebook is suppressing it, even though that YouTube is also joining them. But in one word or other, when so many people have already, post, there is no way they are going to suppress everything. Do you understand? There is no way they are going to suppress everything. Do you understand me? So that's why when you wanted to do it, just tag somebody immediately and post it, tag somebody immediately and post. By the time they turn around to suppress it, that one or two people will also post it, will also post it, will also post. That is the only way we can win this battle. That is why they are rolling their tanks down to the eastern part of the country, because they're expecting that on the 4th is going to be Joe Biden. Joe Biden doesn't care if they wipe away the entire eastern part of the country. He doesn't give a damn about you guys. You guys need to stand up now, and you guys need to fight. You guys need to fight. The only way you can fight, you may not have a gun, but you have your smartphone. Use your smartphone and use it judiciously. Use it for the glory of God. Use it to save a life. Do you understand? Use your smartphone to save a life. Use your smartphone to join your voice. Whatever you see, do what? Take a snap of it immediately. Nnamdi Kanu told you guys, teach your parents at home how to make use of Twitter. Forget about Facebook, but Twitter. Tag him, tag so many people immediately, boom, send it. That is why they are planning on suppressing the news media. I'm telling you, the tanks they are running down, Obama have already told them that keeping Nigeria one is a must task that have to be done. Which means even if to crush every one of you guys over there, he doesn't care. He doesn't bloody care. But it is a task that must be done. Remember during the time of election between Jonathan and Buhari, he sent his political this thing, the guy that is in charge of his political campaign, he sent him to Nigeria during that time. And he made a video and told the Nigerian people to embrace the new change. That was how Buhari was vetted. So he will do everything to keep you guys one. But how many people have to die for you to stand up and say enough is enough? Put your voice. Do something. Stand up. Fight. Even though you're not a military personnel, there is so many ways you can fight. Do not keep quiet. Do not keep quiet. No, no more. Okay? You need to go and put it back. Do you understand? You need to fight now. You need to do something. You need to stand up and you need to say enough is enough. I am telling you, you need to say enough is enough. You need to find a way to defend your people. You need to find a way to defend your people. Our Biafran people are very defenseless right now. No governor is with them. No Iwe is with them. No, nobody is with them except us and our God. And not only except us and our God, so many saboteurs in our mix too. So that is why you need to be a good ambassador wherever you are. You need to be a good ambassador. You see my Facebook page, I'm still using this one for this. If you feel that you have any video, anything you feel like, send it to my messenger. It will get to me. Send it to my messenger. So if you look at all those things that are going on now and you think that being mute is still the answer to the situation, I don't know what is wrong with you. Because like I said, even though you're in a foreign country, your mansion. Remember El-Rufai, who is hiding now, because the reason El-Rufai is hiding, he doesn't want to make himself known to be the one in charge now. It's because Nnamdi is like, let me know who is the next person. Let me curse him so that he can die like others. Abakari is gone. Mama Daura is seriously ill, or maybe he's already dead and they don't want to let us know, because he promised them that anybody that we are sending to that empty seat to be dictating what is happening, you understand? So that person will do what? He will curse the person will die. That is why Hitler, who is El-Rufai, is hiding. He doesn't want to come out, even though he's the one. If you look at all the pictures of all the things that are going on in the northern Nigeria now, El-Rufai is always in the middle, which is to tell you that he's the one giving the shots. So that is what today's this thing is all about, is to wake our people up, to tell you guys that if you think they don't mean it, they really didn't mean what they are saying. The only thing that you're not hearing their massacre, look at what they are training. They are training in 2018. God opened my eyes and showed me what the Nigerian government are going to use people in uniform to do to humanity. God didn't show me where diseases. He showed me what Nigerian government are going to use hoodlums in uniform to do to humanity, to their so-called citizens. I wept. I cried. I said, God, please. Why? Is there any way out of this? I don't know. All I have been doing is praying. You know why I said I don't know? It's because our pastors are not trustworthy. We can't trust them. They are not doing their job as pastors. They are not standing up for righteousness' sake. They are all cowards receiving their earthly rewards. So for that reason, the enemy enter into the camp. But one thing I know, the Bible said that those that will trust their Lord God, that the same God would be merciful to them. When David went to war and the Philistines invaded the land and took away his wives, his children, and all the women, David came back and wept. He cried unto God, and and the inquiries of the Lord, and God, he was like, should I pursue them? And God told him, yes, go ahead, pursue them, and you're going to overtake them. So when I feel distressed, when I feel paralyzed in my mind over what is going on, I look at the word of God. I say, God, I know that you are a merciful God. I look at Nnamdi Kanu and his zeal and his tenacity and his mind to safeguard you. Nnamdi Kanu is not living in Nigeria. Likewise, so many of us who are voicing our mind out towards the impunity that are going on. He's not living in that country. He's comfortable wherever he is, but because of his love to his people, he's not keeping quiet. Do you understand? He's not keeping quiet. So that is the same thing I also see in the life of Donald J. Trump. My two amazing leaders in a critical time like this. When I look at them, I always nod my head and I know for sure I don't follow men without evidence. I follow men with evidence. Men who understand what it means to be a leader. Men who are born leaders, not men who are grabbing position for money, but they don't know what to do with it. They're just there for the money. They are not interested about anybody. They are ready to sell their own country as long as they enrich themselves. Do you understand? Donald Trump is rendering a selfless service. God have already blessed him. He took only $1. His salary goes to the needy, to the orphans and stuff like that, to people that needed it the most. Because you understand? I look at Nnamdi Kanu. He's supposed to be living big, but he chooses to fight for his people. So when I see the love in the heart of this, another person is Netanyahu. When I see the love in the heart of these three men, I know that God, who have been sustaining them, that God will not disappoint them. So when I look at the people that are grandmothering for the cheating and stealing that are going on in Nigeria election, American election, and they are clapping their hand, I look at them, I nod my head, I say, why are people so ignorant like this? Why? Why are we so ignorant like this? The same way that in 2015, people are warning Nigeria about the danger of Buhari, and they are like, anything, Jonathan, we don't want it. But thank God that America wasn't like that. It's all these crooked cabals and the crooked demonic entities that are doing what they are doing. But God is going to expose them. The God of heaven is the God that doeth when all hope is lost. The God of 11:59-hour miracle. So if you want to get educated, I want you to join the IBOP movement. This Umo Biafra channel was created for the movement of the actualization of Biafra. To be voice for the voiceless. To expose the evil from the Fulani oligarchy and all those empires around them because of the money they are funneling to them. And Facebook is one of them. They are suppressing the truth when they are posting the killings that are going on. But you have your own king. And you think that whatever you do today, that the repercussion is not coming tomorrow. This God in heaven is an awesome God. He's a merciful God, but he's also God of vengeance. If God did not judge the Fulani and the Britain, what they have done to the Biafran people, which means God is going to apologize to the Egyptians. So when I look through the Bible, I look through Donald Trump, I look through Nnamdi Kanu, I look through Netanyahu, I will be so glad in my heart. I will say that I am blessed to have these three men in the stage of history in a time like this. When men look at evil and call it good, and look at good and call it evil, or because they want to keep their friends, or because they want to, I don't know. But I have seen, or I have heard the history of seeing evil and calling not evil, the way it have destroyed entire lineage. And God, in his infinite mercy, he gave me the grace, because it's not by my power. And I don't care. I will be the voice for the voiceless. I will speak on top of the mountain, and I will shout that the world may know, and that heaven will bear me witness. I will not see evil and look the other way because it's not my brother, it's not my sister, it's not my mom, it's not anybody, something like that. No. Do you understand? I'm not going to allow that to happen because it doesn't concern me. Because what doesn't concern you today is going to concern you tomorrow. Please, you need to push for this demonic entity called Nigeria. Fulani Nigeria, you need to push against their evil narrative. The people they are training now are a group of Meyati Allah, the group of Boko Haramists. I told you 2 years ago, God opened my eyes that I had one dream more than 5 times in one night. I'll go to bed, the same thing. I'll go back to bed, the same thing. I'll go back to bed. That is to tell you that this is a very serious message. I woke up, I was like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? You see the way that these people was slaughtering people, shooting sporadically. That is outside, they shoot outside, killing, destroying, and also with a chemical that will dissolve them so that you won't know who they are. I was like, how can the heart of men be wicked like this? So I cried out and I was like, God, please have mercy on your people. Deliver us. Deliver us. Deliver us, God. Show us the way out. See, they closed the western body, they closed the eastern body, but the northern body was wide open. Yay! And you are there answering one Nigeria. What do you have to show for your one Nigeria? Stop being stupid. A fool at 60 years is a fool forever. Do you understand? You need to stand up. You need to be the voice for the voiceless. You need to say, God, please arise and let the enemy be scattered. You need to ask God to arise. You need to pray for Nnamdi Kanu. You need to pray for Donald J. Trump. Because as for his victory, my God have never promised and failed. Never. He never promised and failed. They have already cooked all their evil cooking and their evil plot and their evil pot and all their demonic. They have invoked them on 31st, which is, I was like, why is election between November and November and October 31st, which is the day of the demonic witch, is called Halloween. Because if I tell you the number of sacrifices that was done, they are not even hiding their hexes and all their invocation and the enchantment towards Donald Trump. But when God is with you, before this whole thing, God showed me something. And since then, I have been praying to God on that regard. So I was like this, and I saw him kind of sick before he went to the hospital and stuff like that. So, but when I ran to him, God said, "Do not speak the common language, which is English. You have to use your mother tongue to minister to him." And since then, all the prayers by God's grace, I am praying. It's okay. All the prayer I have been making towards Donald Trump, both songs and everything, is always on Igbo, because that was the instruction given to me that 3 weeks ago. Okay, darling. Okay. You're welcome. You're free to do that, okay? You're free to do that. You're free to do that. So, God told me, do not speak English. Both songs, both prayers, none of them should be in English. Let it be in your dialect. I began to sing praises. My praises was in Igbo. My prayer was in Igbo until I woke up from that dream, and victory was assured. Do you understand? So I know that this God is alive and this God is well. And men like him are the reason that the Fulani are just deliberating over this, because it's never come to their own side. Who knows how much they spent on Biden's election? They spent 50 million US dollars on Hillary. Who knows how much they spent now? Their message to him is that the leadership of Donald Trump is an endangerment to Nigeria. I wonder why. A terrorist country. So my people, I am pleading with every one of you. I am begging you guys. I'm asking you guys, please be part of this movement, the movement of actualization of Biafra. Do your own part. Don't fold your hands and say that it doesn't concern you. If you didn't experience war, or if you have not experienced war in your life, you might have heard the story of war. That is why they did everything possible to make sure that they don't talk about the Biafran war in Nigeria, that apart from the ones they killed, the ones they stabbed and everything, they don't want to talk about it because that would be to expose their wickedness and the evil in them. But one thing for sure, there is nothing hidden under the sun. God knows how to expose the evil and the people that are behind that evil. Okay? God knows how to do that. I thank you all for all your support and everything. By God's grace, even if it's just once in a week, we'll be doing this to create the awareness for Biafra actualizations. And sometimes I'm going to hook up. The thing is that Nnamdi Kanu is a kind of busy now. So I'm going to hook up, I'll be hooking up some of his broadcasts, especially the ones we'll be doing from 1 p.m., which is going to be 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So I'm going to be hooking up that one that you guys can as well hear him, okay? I know that Facebook is suppressing a lot of things, but our God is an awesome God. Our God is alive and he's well. All right? Please, you need to stand up. You need to fight back against the Fulani oligarchy over this their oppression against the social media. If anybody tells you that they are going to use only Fulani in all the posts in Nigeria today, you guys will still say it is not possible. But you guys are living inside it today. So don't say that they are not going to be able because Facebook is already in their web. Do you understand? If they tell you how much they are spending on Facebook to make sure that they are doing their biddings, you won't believe it. So, and unfortunately, Facebook also owns Twitter, but Twitter is a kind of different from Facebook. So their message is just like pum, 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 pum. It's different from Facebook. So that is to tell you that the enemy is at the door. So I have a book that I'll be, excuse me. So I have a book that is called A Wake Up Call. This book is to, enlighten our people. It's on Amazon. You have the Kindle and you also have the cover one. It's not too big. It's just a very small, about 100 pages of book. So for you to read and understand the level of what is going on now. In the olden days, when our people fought the Biafran war, they ran into the bush. My mother gave us all the breakdowns of how everything unfolds and how everything happens. So they ran inside the bush. But today, they have already taken over our forest. They have already taken over our bushes. So it's like we are being surrounded. And I don't know, how are we going to get out? I have no idea, except this God of heaven. Except this God of heaven. We don't have gun. We don't have anything, but we have God. The only thing that I always encourage myself is that if the children of Israel can fight the Amalekite, the Jebusite, the Amorite, and all the bites on their way to the promised land, and fought and victoriously won, that is going to be the things that will happen to the Biafran people. So this book is out. Like I say, it's on Amazon. So if you go to the Amazon, you see the name A Wake Up Call. It's on Amazon, Kindle, and it's also on a paper like this. So Sam, please. So it's on Amazon. So after this, I'm going to leave also the link to the book on the description down here. I'm going to leave the link. so that if you want the book, this book is about us and the Fulani and what is going on. With the help of my wonderful father in the Lord, Pastor Prayer Madeke. And many of his books is also on Amazon Kindles. And if you want it on a paper cover, it is also available for you there. Okay? So you need this book. You need to read this book. You need to know what the children of Israel was doing during their own time when they are facing the kind of challenges we are facing today in Biafra land. You need to know what they did, how they fought, and how they're able to win. Do you understand? You need to know how they fought and how they are able to win. Hold on. Sorry, guys. So this is the book, A Wake-Up Call. All right? By Gloria Emmanuel Udechime or Udechime. Please, you need this book. The price is very, very cheap. The Kindle is $2.99. The paper cover is only $4.99. Do you understand? So it is very, very cheap. It's very, very cheap. The information inside is so informative for you to understand the danger we are in today in the eastern part of the country. The enemies are in the bushes. They're in our farms. The places that our fathers and our forefathers ran into is where they are today. So they took over our bushes. So when they ambush us, where are we going to run to? No place. No place. No place. So that is why you need the book to enlighten you and for you to be able to know what you ought to do. Like I said, it's on Kindle and it's also on the paper cover. It's not going to take you too long. It's just a small book, but have a lot of information inside. You need a wake-up call. A wake-up call to the church, youth, and elders. The giants are here. You see what is going on. You see the time they are rolling down to the eastern Nigeria, naming them whatever training, but the Sambisa forest and all the northerners where this thing is ravaging, they are not there. That is to tell you that there is imminent danger. But our God is the God that knows even what you are doing under your basement. That God is alive. That God is an awesome God. That God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That God is the God that answered by fire. He answered David. David, even though that David came back from war, David had to go back into another war again. And David fought, and David won. Do you understand? David fought, and David won. And we're going to be victorious. I don't care how they cook it with China, with Great Britain, with whichever people. This God is not going to allow it to happen. He's going to give us victory, and we're going to sing the song of hallelujah. Please take your own copy. $2.99 and $4.99 of the cover one. Okay? Go and get your own. It is on Amazon. I am going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link on this our podcast so that you can do what? You can go and get your own. Okay? I love you guys. Until next time, I remain your sister, Gloria. All right? Please go and get your wake-up call. A wake-up call to the church, to the youth, and to the elders. The giants are here. The giants are here. Okay? Bring it here. That in your hand. All right. God bless you all. And bye. Please keep on praying. Keep on praying for Donald J. Trump. Keep on praying for the outcoming of the election. They have already stressed him out in everything. He labored, he toiled. If you look at the whole thing, he said, no wonder Joe was under the basement. There was no campaign because they thought they already figured it us out. So I'm gonna give you guys a video soon to see that Bible that say that even that before the foundations of the earth, that God who have already formed you, who have already named you, you already know what you're going to be. He said, God said, I have it all figured out. But the moment of embarrassment is coming. Moment of embarrassment is coming. This God is alive. If you're a warrior, if you're an intercessor and you know what it means to kneel down and to cry unto God and to ask God for something, you know where I'm coming from. So if anybody have ever received prayer in their life, I think Donald J. Trump is the highest person who have ever received prayer in his lifetime as a leader. The people that are praying non-stop on the clock every day for him, they are beyond number. I'm telling you, people that are praying for him every day, they're praying for him every day, are praying for him every day by day. So, and you are telling me that in the mix of all those things that God is going to just keep quiet and allow all these things just to go like that. And not only that, the other day I was reading in the Bible when the Lord was like, when you do this to one of these my people, one of these my little brothers, you have already done it for me. So when I was praying yesterday, I was like, God, look at all the good things because the Bible says, challenge me by my word. God, you said that I should challenge you by your word. I'm challenging you now. Look at all the good things that this man have done for the Jewish people. Look at every God president have been promising the Jewish people to move down the headquarters back to Jerusalem. Only this one perfected it. Look at all the peace deal that is connecting, settling a lot of dispute between the Arab world and the Israelites. And the Christians, they have a little breathing space for this couple of years. I look up to heaven, I say, God, you are a loving Father. You are too kind to be wicked. Are you telling me in the midst of all these things that your son have done, that you are going to allow the enemy to turn around and ask me, where is my God? I was like, no, God. The same way when I look at Nnamdi Kanu, I know for sure that in a due season, I am going to raise, the way I lift this book up, I am going to raise my Biafran passport. I don't know, but I'm going to raise my Biafran passport. The same way that this our amazing God, this our awesome God, have been doing awesome things for his people. That is why I'm telling you, keep on praying for these three men, Donald, Nnamdi, and Netanyahu. These three men, keep on praying for them. Keep on believing for them. Because this God is a merciful God. He's a loving Father. He is too kind to be wicked. Okay? This God is too kind to be wicked. I feel like to continue, but I'm going to end it in a minute now, okay? Please. All they need is your prayer. All they need is your prayer. They are not asking you for money. They're only asking you for prayers. And if you know that your prayer can take them a long way, you have to. Okay? You have to. Because prayer is the key. Prayer is the master key. So as we are working and believing God for the actualization of Biafra, please do not relent. Don't go to bed with your both eyes closed. Do not do that. Do not go to bed with your both eyes closed. The enemy is already at the corner. They're already at the corner. They're already there. Okay? They are already there. So I love you all. God bless you. Until next time, I will always, by God's grace, premiere it to take the time to come. Okay? Between 12 p.m., which is 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. Biafran time. All right? Bye.